Welcome to Craig Back Zone.
Another question that I've gone down this season is, have you ever seen a ghost or felt a presence?
I constantly have deja vu. Um, I have not experienced a ghost personally per se. My sister has when we went to Cuba when we were little. We were in my great grandmother's oldest sister's mother-in-law's house. This lady's name is primitive in Spanish, but with the feminine pronoun. So primativa. Um, and it's funny because let me see if I can reach it. No, never mind. Um, this is too heavy in order to move. And
I know, I got you. I got you.
um, I went asking my grandma because I needed something old to give to my sister for her wedding. My sister just got married in Vegas a week and a half ago, maybe 2 weeks ago. And something borrowed, something new, something old, something new. And I really wanted something sentimental, so I said, "Do we have any family heirlooms, especially a rosary?" And she's like, "Yes, Primativa's rosary." Um, and she looked for it. Okay, so Primativa originally came from Spain, probably in the 1800s, around there, maybe late 1800s, early 1900s, and moved to Cuba. Um, and she brought back a rosary from Spain that's made out of real silver. Um, yeah, so this heirloom has been in my family probably for at least 80 years, if not more. Um, and my grandma found it and gave it to me, and I took it and I brought it home. And my mom's like, "You can't use that. That lady was evil." So I called my grandma back and I said, "Abuela, mommy said I can't use this. That Jocelyn can't get married with that." And my grandma's like started laughing. She's like, "No, your grandmother, your great grandmother's, my aunt used to have it, and then my mom had it, and now I have it, and it means a lot, so use it." And I'm like, "Okay." But the story about her is that when we went to Cuba, we stayed one night at her house that now some other family member lives in. Um, and my sister had met everybody inside the house. We had been there probably for about a day or two. I think all of us were downstairs. There was like an upstairs, and my sister walked out of the bathroom and was going back to the room, and she saw a lady in the hallway who waved at her, but she knew that this lady she had not seen once since she was there.
Mm-hmm.
So she came back downstairs and she described what the lady looked like. My mom's like, "That looks like Prima Diva." So my sister saw a ghost of Prima Diva at her house.
Wow.
Now, um, there are other stories. Me, my grandmother, and my mom. I'm the oldest out of the great grandkids, or just grandkids. I'm sorry, and great grandkids. My mom is the oldest of her siblings. My grandma is the oldest of her siblings. I am 32 now. I'll be 33 in December. My mom just turned 53 in March, and my grandma just turned 73 at the beginning of the month. So we're all 20 years apart exactly. Um, so when we moved into this house, my mom used to say that she saw like a black figure of like a man. She couldn't make out just like a shape.
Mm-hmm.
And that it used to scare her and it would always show up when she was like super stressed. Um, so there's tons of different remedies that Cubans will tell you to do, especially with Santeria being so prevalent. Not that we believe or celebrate any of that, but just white witch stuff that any culture is going to have. Um, and what do you call it? That she put a cup of water under her bed or whatever
Like
because
holy
they told
water?
her that I don't know, just like a glass of water because they said that that would help cleanse the air and the spirits would go away or whatever, blah blah blah. But the more that she would realize that every time she would get stressed that this man would show up, whatever problem it was that she had would go away the next day. My grandmother, on the other hand, whenever she realized it was my great grandfather, who is the only great grandparent that I did not meet on my mom's side. I met all the other ones, thankfully before they passed away. And it's funny because I'm the most like him. Like I feel like I'm a kindred spirit with this guy. So my grandmother, when we were, um, what was I saying? Oh yeah. So my grandma, whenever she has she knows that something bad's about to happen, she drinks with him. It's always a sign you need to watch out, something's gonna happen. And that's always been the thing. with me, I was in college one day, and I was at PBCC, or Palm Beach State now, and I fell asleep rewriting a paper that I had messed up and I had to rewrite or something like that. And I lost the USB. I couldn't find it. The only piece of paper that I had was like the one that had a whole bunch of writing on it. So I was literally typing it back out. This was a 13-page paper, and it was due the next morning.
Oh shit.
So I got to school and I was just like, fuck it. I'm just not going to go to class. I'm going to finish the paper. I'm going to turn it in late and, try to get a good grade out of it. And I had a dream that night that I got to school. I parked in the same parking space that I had parked in the day before. And my great grandfather was right on the other side of the car door. And we were just walking down the hallway, talking. He's like, oh, look, your USB is there. I get to school the next morning and I park in the parking space where I had parked the day before. And I looked down out of my car and the USB was right where it had fallen off my car, where he pointed out it would be.
I love that.